Symmetra, the architect, the designer of order, and the hero that bronze players try once, then never touch again. One of the more unique DPS in Overwatch 2, getting a grasp on how to play Symmetra takes more than a couple games. However, if outsmarting rather than outshooting the enemy sounds fun to you, then tune in. I'm What Orange, and today I'm going to break down this autistic sex machine into a hero your pea-brain can comprehend. Then I'm going to show you how to execute. First up, things you gotta know when playing Symmetra. Symmetra does not deal critical damage for her primary or secondary weapons. So, aim for the torso. There are 3 levels of damage that your primary weapon fires. You can see these levels on your gun. Level 1 is 60 DPS, 2 is 120 DPS, and 3 is 180. These levels change by hitting an enemy or enemy shield with your laser for 1.33 seconds. So from level 1 to 3, it will require 2.66 seconds of hitting an enemy or enemy shield to fully charge. The beam charges on most shields, so feel free to charge your weapon on Reinhardt, Sigma, or Winston shield. Getting this beam to full charge is arguably the most fun part of playing Symmetra. You absolutely melt your enemies. But the beam has a relatively short range, so be careful. Your secondary fire is a projectile that has a hit radius and damage amount that increases as you charge it, at about 90 damage at full charge. If you're able to, you should always fully charge your secondary shot unless you are canceling the charge for something else. Be looking to spam choke points with your right click as much as possible. Symmetra's turrets slow enemies, which makes them useful for putting behind a healer that might be getting flanked by a Tracer or a Reaper, a Genji, who knows. Either way, it's good at placing behind someone that's squishy and is isolated or stationary in one spot. Symmetra's turrets can be sent through a teleporter, but that's not the only thing that can be teleported. Junkrat's ultimate can be teleported. Reaper can teleport while in the middle of using his ult. Torbjorn's turret can be teleported. D.Va's mech can teleport while in self-destruct mode. Reinhardt can teleport through while charging. If placed before being trapped in Zaryer's ult, your entire team can use the teleporter to get out. However, to accomplish the things I just mentioned, speed, communication, and reflexes are key. Next, I want to discuss the macro strategy you should have when playing Symmetra. She's a decent pick in most situations, and a very strong pick in others. The only time you don't want to pick Symmetra is when you don't think you could damage key members of the team, or if you're being hard countered. Symmetra's hardest counters are the following. Winston. The ape can jump on you and kill you when you're isolated. In most situations, Winston will beat you in a one-on-one. However, don't shy away if you have teammates around, and a fully charged laser. D.Va. D.Va is great at picking off isolated squishy heroes. You are squishy and often immobile. Also, a good D.Va's rockets will make short work of your turrets. Next is aids. Pharah. Like many heroes in this game, Pharah counters you because you struggle to shoot her out of the sky. However, Pharah is especially brutal against Symmetra. The best way to counter Pharah with Symmetra is to switch to Soldier 76, pop her balloon, then flame her in chat. In general, when you don't have turrets and your weapon is at level 1, a hero that can deal lots of damage quickly or has a higher health pool than you will beat you in a one-on-one. Which leads me to our next topic, planning your turrets. Planning a fight with Symmetra is the most challenging and rewarding part about the hero. If you haven't figured it out yet, combat interactions in Overwatch are infinitely complex. Sure, there are many key principles and mechanics you should know for a given hero, but it is primarily your ability to improvise that will set you apart from the competition. This is more so with Symmetra than the majority of other heroes in the game. Learning Symmetra is about understanding your allies and your enemies. How receptive are your allies to your turrets and to your teleporters? How ignorant is the enemy of your turrets? For example, are you fighting with a Reinhardt at a Reinhardt choke? Would it be best for you to place your turrets where the enemy will push after Reinhardt backs off, or place them where the enemy has to go to force the Reinhardt to back off? The answer isn't always clear, but I like to think about the state of my team in combat. Are we holding the choke with little contest? Then sure, spread your turrets out in the enemy's territory. But what if Ryan's shield is low? Or if you're down one healer? The enemy team is likely to push through that choke, and you should position your turrets accordingly. In general, Symmetra is good at turning fights around. The best attackers in Overwatch are patient. They will move in together and strong, but only when they get a pick or catch a mistake. This is where you stand out. You need to have your traps set for a 4v5 situation before the situation occurs. Where is the enemy going to push through? Who are they going to target next? Also, how is your team playing? Are they spread out, moving about, and controlling a larger part of the map? Then you might not want to concentrate your turrets around a single choke point. Instead, ensure you have 2 turrets ready to use at any given time. But if your team is unified around one single choke point, don't be afraid to concentrate all 3 turrets around that area. Ultimately, place your turrets where the enemy will be, and where the enemy doesn't expect a turret to be. This takes practice, but if you can accomplish these 2 things, then you will deal a lot of damage. Last, it is pivotal when playing Symmetra to avoid the Call of Duty tunnel vision. This mentality is far too common in low elos. If you do this with Symmetra, you will fail. Listen, for once in your pathetic lives, step outside of your ape-like instincts to chase down risky kills. Instead, care about and enhance your teammates' success. Symmetra's primary voice line is,
"Everything by design."
This is literally Blizzard telling you not to be an idiot. It's key to know where your enemies and teammates are, and what they are trying to accomplish. If you don't want to do that, then you probably aren't good at this game in the first place. Plan ahead and adapt accordingly, and you will shatter the enemy team's mental. So, we've discussed the high-level approach to playing Symmetra. In general, productive creativity is rewarding. Let's look at some examples of what you and your teammates can pull off.
Yeah.
There are endless scenarios in which a well-placed turret or teleporter will win a fight. Get creative with it. The more pissed off the enemy is, the more fun you're having. I'll say it one last time. Playing Symmetra requires that you prioritize knowing about both your allies and your enemies. If you can't do that yet, there's no better hero to help you learn how. It is Symmetra's infinite opportunities that make her my favorite hero in the game. Some say you must be an architect for your own success. So don't be a loser. Forge the map into your enemy's demise. Thanks for tuning in for the full video. Don't forget to give it a like. Subscribe for more Symmetra content, along with other quality gaming content. If you have some Symmetra tips, please comment them. Like I said, there are infinite opportunities with the hero. Thanks again for your time. Wet Orange out.